Now we're going to take a look at analysing positions or games with a computer chess engine. Obviously this is HIARCS Chess Explorer, so I'm going to use the HIARCS chess engine itself. And of course it comes free with HIARCS Chess Explorer, HIARCS 14, the current World Computer Software Champion. So to do that, obviously we have to have the Analysis Explorer open, which is here. And I've picked a game at random from our top games database. Vladimir Kramnik versus Alexander Belyavsky. So we'll take a position completely at random, and to get HIARCS to start analysing, we can actually obviously pick an engine. The engines that are loaded onto your computer are shown here. I've got HIARCS and Deep HIARCS. Obviously the only difference between HIARCS and Deep HIARCS is Deep HIARCS will utilise all the cores or all the processors on your computer if you have more than one. But just because we're recording video, I'm going to use the single processor version, the HIARCS 14. Press this button, will start the analysis. You'll see that appear here in the Analysis Explorer. So HIARCS is chewing on that position. The more time you give it, the better the analysis will be. It's basically a sort of variation on the infinite analysis theme. It's just going to keep analysing that position, analysing and analysing, and it's going to give you its best line. So at the moment it's showing you a variety of things. It's analysed 19 moves deep. It's giving it a score of plus 0.39. That's obviously measured in the units of one pawn. So if it was +1, that would be roughly saying that white was ahead by one pawn. If it's a plus score, white's ahead. If it's a minus score, then black is doing better. And what that means is, so because that's only 0.39, 0.4 of a pawn, that means that white has an advantage. But at the moment it's not a game-winning advantage. It's now analysed 20 moves deep, so that's seeing 20 moves ahead in the position, giving you its best line, and it's recommending h5 at the moment as the best possible line. There's a few different things you can do now you've got it analysing. First of all, you can have it give you a bit more information by clicking here, the Analysis History and Statistics. So it's still analysing, but it's giving you even more information about that as it's going. It's analysing h5 at depth 21, so it's looking 21 moves or half moves ahead, that is 21 ply ahead. So if black makes one move, white makes one move, that's 2 ply. 12.6 million nodes, that's 12.6 million positions analysed in that amount in 39 seconds, so that shows you how many positions per second. Great deal of information here basically on how the analysis is going on. If we go back to the simple view, we can actually look at more than one variation. So if we click plus or up or down here, so we can have two lines, and so HIARCS will now give you its top two lines in the position. h5 with a plus 0.47 score, or bishop to g5 with a plus 0.26. And you can keep going, you can have 2, 3, 4, right up to the maximum number of moves that are available in that position. But just bear in mind it will slow the engine down somewhat the more lines you have. But I like to have maybe 2 or 3 lines open at any one time. So you really probably won't need more than 3 or 4 as a maximum, but it's entirely up to you how many you have open. And the final thing you can do is actually set HIARCS to analyse a complete game. So we can do that by clicking here, Analyse Current Game. I've just switched off the infinite analysis. We're going to Analyse Game. Here you can set times. This is if you want basically the computer just to work over the game by itself. The average time per move, so you can set this, right now it's just set for 5 seconds per move. It's going to be a relatively superficial level of analysis, but if you haven't got long, obviously there's no perfect time for this. You have to set that to how much time you have. So this is going to be 5 seconds per move. It's still going to be good analysis, but quite superficial. You can give it more. Say if you're running the analysis overnight, you can give that up to 100, 200, 300 seconds per move. Leave your computer on overnight and come back in the morning and it will have analysed the whole game. So you get scores, you can change the format of the analysis. If there's any previous analysis, you can tick this box if you want to remove it. And analyse for which colour. Do you want to analyse for the white pieces, black pieces, or both? Generally a good idea to do both. Just so you can see where the other player, if you won the game or even if you lost, you can see where the other player may have made a mistake, where they had options. Now I'll quickly show you this running, but obviously we're not going to have time to show you the whole process. But I'll click OK, let that start running. You can see the progress is going down here. So even though it's only 5 seconds per move, It's going to take a little while to analyse this game. There's quite a lot of moves, so 45 moves in all. And then don't forget it's half moves as well, so it's going to be a fair old while. Already though, it's analysed, it starts from the end, obviously that makes sense if you think about it. So it's going to start from the last move, analysing the position, and start filling in as it goes along, and it's going to enter that into the notation pane, the game notation. Anyway, we can't keep doing that, so I'm going to stop that there, but you can see already we've got that game notation. If I close down our Games Explorer to give that a bit to make that a bit bigger, and we'll close down the engine just for now, the Analysis Explorer. So now we've got a nice big notation pane, and we can see some of the information that HIARCS has put into our game notation. And again, the scores there, how deep it's looked in the amount of time you gave it, and the best line in its opinion based on the amount of time. So there you go. There's a whole variety of different ways you can analysing using chess engines in HIARCS Chess Explorer.